Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to TRG Central. And this is the 2025 Road to the Triple Crown Series. This will be episode 20. We'll be covering week 47. And it'll have 2 allowance races and 2 stakes races. You see here we have the 2 allowance already set up. The Commonwealth Turf Stakes, some heat races before the finals, and then we have to rerun the Pebbles Stakes. What happened was last week in real life, it was postponed due to high winds. But we didn't know that when we pre-ran the race, so I deleted the statistics from that race, rescheduled it for this week, and when I looked at the field, there were some new horses added. So that's an interesting development. It took me a little while to correct. So let's take a quick look here at Allowance Race 1. This is week 47. The fillies race, 180,000 miles on dirt, 8 furlongs. You may recognize some of these from previous races. We'll look at their past performances and see if there's anything interesting in them, and the same thing here. And you'll see journalism in this race. That's kind of interesting, mainly because we selected this with horses that did not win a race, so kind of surprising that journalism popped up. And then we have the Commonwealth Turf. That's 8.5 miles. And this is heat 1, so it's worth 30,000. You can see some of you can see the entrance here. Maybe some of you remember California Burrito. Then we go to heat race 2. And you can see the 5 horses there. Total there was 11 in the field, so we split it up. Okay, and then we're going to add the field once the Commonwealth Turf Stakes finals, once we run the 2 heat races, and then the Pebbles Stakes. And you may have noticed that there were more horses here, like Starship Pegasus. I do not believe was in the original field from last week. So it'll be interesting to see how this one develops. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started here. We'll go to Allowance Race 1. Get 180,000 fillies, 1 mile. Of course, they're 3-year-olds. Here's the line. It looks like, it's not very competitive here with quite a few horses. Fillies don't look like they're going to have much of a chance of being long shots. So let's take a quick look at their past performances. Let's see, Princess Area run 4 times, had not won a race. Indy Babe has won once and hasn't won one. Everett Shed, same here, 1 race. Princess M2 has not won a race in 2 starts. Verify has not won a race, and you see all of these fillies have not won a race, so one of them is going to come out a winner tonight. And take a quick look, you can see this one had a really nice, it must be been a heat race there, 109, 106 here by Everett in the Jockey Club. Finished second, and so forth. So let's go over and head over to, let's see what we're running against that. Emerald Downs. Okay, you can see the 1 mile 8 furlongs here, the starting heat. So quickly through the fillies and their mounts. And there you have that. And it's the reason why we have these allowance races, so we get most of the 3-year-olds an opportunity to race as many races they did in real life, since we did not cover all the real life races in this set. Okay, let's head over to Stewart's Tower. Everything looks good. And they're all been 7's out of the gate first. That Fritz at M2. Whoa, Ford taking over the lead. Here we in the back straight. 4 with Angels is just taking the lead back. And it looks like it's going to be a 2 filly race with the pack a few races behind. But 6, who is 6? Impulse Buy. It's gotten into the race as we head into the home stretch. And he has come up to tie Verify going into the last game turn. And Verify does hold off Impulse Buy for the win. Let's go to the top 4 final. Top 4 Verify first. Impulse Buy second with the Angels third. Okay, there's the winnings. And there's no Kentucky Derby victory points for Allowance races. Okay, so next up is the second Allowance race. So let's head over to the betting window. Whoa, look at that. Journalism looks like it's just run away with this. Let's take a look at some past performances. And yeah, hardly anybody has done anything but journalism. And you can say this here at journalism is card number 3 and cage card number 7 and so forth. And take charge Matilda. 1/200,000, but nothing much. Just journalism and take charge Matilda. So let's head over to Emerald Down to get the second allowance race started. This is a 9 furlong race. There's a starting gate. Let's just go through. The field with their mounts. Okay, journalism for 7 to watch and take charge. They still say that they're gonna have to make up some ground because there is 2 turns in this race, and plus they're starting way away from the rail. So we'll see if either one of them can get into a position to win the race. So its tower looks like everything's to go, and they're off. Uncaged was out of the gate first, but 4 Jonathan's way took the lead, but soon we get out into the turn, Uncaged is taking the lead. See, 8 and 7 are kind of behind in the pack, hoping to break out here maybe in the back straight. 8 is only 1 behind now. 7 journalism is not doing too well. Heading into the back far turn. They'll have 5 Uncaged with the lead. 6 is caught up. That's National Archive. And we have 1 more turn. It doesn't look like 7 or 8 is going to come close to winning, but there was a nice race there for third. So Uncaged with the win, National Archive second, Journalism third, Take Charge Matilda fourth. And Uncaged trotted away with $192,000 and pretty high allowance purse of $300,000. Okay, that's it for Emerald Downs. Let's go and start one of our feature races. That's the Commonwealth Turf Stakes, and this is Heat 1. And in past performances, California Burrito, you see this race in quite a few races here in our 2025 Road to the Triple Crown Series. And here, Coso is also running a couple races. And then we have 3 that haven't raced at all: Montador, Outrunner, and Simulate. Now let's head over to TRG Downs Turf for the first heat race. And it's 8.5, so they're starting half. Remember, first game turn is just a half a turn, and then they run full turns from then on out. Let's take a quick look here. And there's the horses and their riders. Everything's good for the Stewart Tower, and they're off. We head into the first turn. We have Io Coso with the lead, but California Burrito passed them and it now has the lead in the back straight. He has like a 3 or 4 pace lead going into the far turn, and it looks like Burrito's gonna be trotting in for the win and will qualify for the finals. In fact, all the horses will qualify for the finals except one. And there you have California Burrito, Montador, and we're going to do it by time, so Outrunner's got to outperform the worst horse time in the heat race 2. So let's go ahead and get heat race 2 going. Take a quick look at their past performances, and look, it's that only one horse that's run in any of our races. And let's see, Mancini, Ontario Derby, and Allowance races, Jerome Stakes. Okay, and might be a 2-horse race here. Again, whoever finishes last is going to have to beat the time for the last place horse in Heat 1 in order to make the cut. Let's look here at the horses and their mounts. And I think we're ready to take a look at the Stewart's Tower. Everything's good, and they're off. One got out of the gate first, Troubleshoot going through the first turn, and Agenda. Oh, look at this 3-horse race here. Very close race here. 4 is starting to break ahead at Chapman Peak. And it looks like 4 is going to be, 3 passes 4, Mendetta passes 4. That was an interesting race there. And it's going to be up to Penn to see if he had a faster time than the 4th horse. And heat race 2. So there you have a magenta win, and let's see who all heads into the final. We have to add the field. Maybe we better just check something real quick. Because in the race utilities, when you do the creator race, you can, yeah, we need to link these races to the Commonwealth. Same thing with heat race 2. That way it makes it much easier to determine who's going to be racing in the finals. Okay, so that should do it. We can just go back and take a quick look here at the if they both registered, so we should be good. Now let's go back to the schedule. And let's add the field for the Commonwealth. And there you have it, that should be 11 horses, and Outrunner misses the cut. And we just fly them all over. And then take a quick look here to make sure all the horses have the correct jockeys. California Burrito and BJ Hernandez. Okay, Vansetta is Moran. That's right. Chapman, Pico Ortiz, that's right. Monitor. Ciaz. Troubleshooting. Tyler. Agenda. Yeah. There we go. Luna. Here is Ortiz, the other one. They. For simulated Laplace. Julian. And then flying Mohawk Ramos. Right. Okay, the weights will change them to what they found in real life. 120. Outrider, not in the race. Penzelli, 22. Here's 123. And 120. Similar 118 and Fly Mohawk. Okay, so that should be the real weights. Save field. And now we're all set. Lock it. Take a quick view, make sure everything looks right. Yep. And we run the next scheduled race. Commonwealth is $300,000, 8.5 furlongs, grade 3, running on turf at TRG down firm surface. There you have that. Looks like troubleshooting is the favorite. Morning Lime. And you see California Burrito now, and you can see now all the horses have at least one race because they ran in one of the Commonwealth heat races. Okay, let's go ahead and get over to TRG Towns. Now let's run the race. And there's horses and their riders. Okay, I think we're all set to get it started. Stuart Tower says everything's to go. And 4, Montador's out of the gate first. I mean, this was a half furlong to start the race, and then you play full furlongs the rest of the race. So we're now in the first turn. And we have Benzetti and troubleshooting as we now head into the back straight. Benzetti still has a slim lead over troubleshooting. Now troubleshooting is past him as we head into the far turn into the clubhouse turn. Troubleshooting with the lead as we're into the home stretch. I'm passing it, and it looks like it's going to be troubleshooting with the win. California Burrito second, and Manzetta third. There you go. And the troubleshooting first, trotting away with $180,000. California Burrito and Manzetta. Okay, so that's it for that race here at TRG Down Turf Course. Last race on the card is the rerun of the Pebbles Stakes, as it was postponed last week due to high winds. First race, Pebbles Stakes is grade 3, 8 furlong on turf, and we'll be running that on TRG Down Turf Course too. For its $175,000. Oh, this looks like a very, very interesting race here. Let's see what we got in past performances. Some of the horses have not run a race yet. With Angel, the only ran one Allowance. The only one with any real history is Paradise City. Has one win in the Allowance race, and has only picked up 80-some thousand in that one. So, it should be an interesting race. Let's head back to the track. Go through the field again. Pick up the riders. Okay, head over to Seward Tower. Everything looks good. And to Corretio out of the first, but he did not keep the lead for very long as 4 horses passed him here in the first turn. We have a leader of Fast Market right now, but looks like it's close to being anybody's race. Even in the back straight, we have them all bunched up pretty good. We have 5 with the lead, Paradise City. 3 second at Starship Pegasus. Going into the back turn, we seem to have 3 horses all together. Paradise City, Fast Market, and Starship Pegasus. Fast Market now taking a slight lead here in the back clubhouse turn and going to the home stretch. And it's running out a little more. My 6's come up. That's Sweet Treasure. Not going to be enough. It looks like one's going to win it. That's going to be Fast Market. Okay, that was a pretty good race. Fast Market with the win. Picked up $105,000 for the win. Sweet Treasure second. Paradise City third. Okay, well that's it from TRG down their turf course. Here's a preview of week 48. Again, a couple allowance rates, but there is this cool little Thanksgiving Classic that we have to add a field to. That'll be interesting to decide what we want to do with that. Week 48 just happens to coincide with Thanksgiving week. So when we come back, we'll decide how to pick the starting field for the Classic. I don't think there's anything changed in the top 10, which is actually 25. But we'll take a look real quick here before we wrap up on the episode 20 of the 2025 Road to the Triple Crown. Okay, as you see, none of these horses ran. At any rate, let's go back into the cards and still the top horse just happened to be the filly. Again, with the a number of horses that are running, it does take a while to find all their races, add up their winnings, and then rank them. The Allowance is the bull, keeping the lead. I don't see any of these horses ran this week. Take a quick look at the fillies. See if there's any action here that changed really doubt it, but you never know. And see the car leads the fillies. Take a quick look here. No, none of these. Well, maybe Take Charge, but Tillman was in one race. In one of the allowance races, but she wouldn't have picked up any points, so don't think there was any change there. So I think we're gonna call it evening here at TRG Central. Hope you enjoyed the action. Good night, everyone.